Comebacks. Gotta love them. The worst feeling is when you build a computer for somebody and then like a day or two later you get a phone call, hey, it's doing this or not doing this. Yeah, lovely. So this one, in a previous video, a customer had reached out to me and bought this case. This is the Height Y70. It's like a $300 to $400 case, just depending on where you buy it from. And he wanted it for his build. So I go over, I pick up the computer that he had, and it was a computer that he paid $100 for. So I didn't have a lot of information in the last video about it because I didn't ask, but I did want to ask to kind of get an idea of, hey dude, where'd you get that from? So he actually got on the Facebook Marketplace in his area, which his area is about 30 minutes away from me. And somebody had posted that computer, and if you looked at it and if you saw the last video, and if I have any pictures of it, I'll post it up on the screen. That computer just looked rough. It was missing the front panel and all that type of stuff, the wiring. I mean, everything was just sketched out about it. He said he paid $100 for it. I didn't know much about the specs when I picked it up, so I could do this case swap from him. But then as I dove into it, he got a pretty good deal for $100. And I think one of the reasons why it didn't sell or as quick as it did was because of the pictures he got from what he said. He said he looked at the pictures, he took a gamble at it, he knew it was missing stuff, but he got it, brought it home, watched a couple of YouTube videos, installed a fresh copy of Windows, and he's been enjoying it. So then when I dove into the specs of it, it's an i5 12th gen. RTX 2060, had a 1 terabyte M.2. I think it has an SSD in there. I'll have to double check. I think it does have an SSD, but for $100, because the case was just awful, it's not a bad deal. So he reaches out to me today and he says, this thing keeps flickering and the screens are doing wonky stuff. So I'm like, is the graphics card going bad or anything? So went over to the house, did a quick and dirty diagnosis, and what I found, pretty interesting. Never seen this one before. So let's dive in. So first things first, slide up the bench. Oh yeah, much better. So this problem was kind of hard to duplicate because it was inconsistent. What happened was that he would get into Windows and then the screen would start flickering. If you're familiar with this case, the Height Y70, they also have a flavor of it in which this whole panel on the side right over here is touchscreen, which is pretty cool. You have to download their software on it, a lot of cool stuff on it. I mean, it's pretty nice. I think it's pretty cool. But that screen would flicker on and off. His main screen would flicker him on and off. And I was like, yeah, never seen that. I was thinking possibly a bad graphics card, but after tinkering around, it got to the point where I had no video at all. And I was like, bummer, this graphics card is bad. So let me see if I can replicate the problem, show you exactly what it's doing. It might not even give me a display right now, but let's try that first. All right, so I went ahead, I have the computer set up and I have it in this position so I can kind of show what the wires look like and what it's doing. Of course, when you try to record or try to demonstrate something like that, the computer doesn't want to act up. But as you can see, the monitor on the case is working and the regular monitor is working. Before, what the computer was doing was this would flicker on and off. His main monitor would flicker on and off, or this one would just flicker. And yeah, it's just very inconsistent. So I did some tinkering at his house and started just messing around. And this is what I came up with. So now this is one of those RS games. I think it's a 650 watt power supply. Before you go crazy in the comments about this company and their power supplies, they're actually pretty good. I've been using them for years. I've never had an issue. I didn't build this computer, so I don't know how old this power supply is. I don't know if it was abused or anything like that. I just popped it in, but I've never had an issue with one. So what I'm gonna try to do is replicate the issue, and let's see if we can get it to act up. I'm just gonna jiggle the wires. See that? Let's do it again. Yep. And that's pretty much what it's been doing. Now you might be asking, how did I go about scientifically solving this issue and the great process behind it? So when I was at his house, I kind of tripped over his dog, banged into his computer case, and when I did that, it started doing this. Yeah. So then I was like, let's see what's loose inside here. Checked everything else, and then I just started jiggling the wires just like so. Yeah, and it starts acting up. So we have a problem with the cable for the power supply, and I'm going to rule this as this computer needs a new power supply. So you might be saying, well, it could just be that it's plugged into a rail that doesn't have enough power for it or anything. There's only an SSD here, folks. Then the fan header for this. So I tried it in one rail for the SATAs and then one for another one. It does the same thing. For some reason, anytime you jiggle these wires, it starts doing that. I've checked the connector on the monitor. That's fine. And then you might be saying, well, it's the cable management issue. I did cable manage this. I just cut everything out so I could just go ahead and start trying different things, and that's where we're at. So I'm fairly confident that we have a power supply issue. I went ahead and went to Best Buy, quoted him a price on a new power supply because he wants this thing back today. So we got a new power supply. We're going to pop it in, and I'm confident that that's going to resolve this issue. So I offered the customer a couple of cheaper options on Amazon, some EVGA power supply or even a cheaper Corsair one. He went with this, the Corsair RMX or RMX series, is it? Yep, RMX series RM750X. And the reason why he went with that is because he wants his computer back today. I was like, okay, fine, if you're willing to pay for it. I think he paid like $120 or $130 for it. It's not cheap, but hey, if they're willing to pay for it, that is perfectly fine. So now we need to get this thing open, slide this thing over here, dive right into it, and get this thing swapped out. So let's unplug you. The good thing about this case is that it is really easy to work in. I mean, you got tons of room. Folks, you could reach the CPU power connectors. I mean, you know how rare that is in a case nowadays, unless you get a monster case? Really easy to work on. So unplug you, gonna slide everything in the back. Slide you in the back. And did I unplug this? Yep. Nope, I didn't. Okay, and now that that's all tucked out from the front, I don't think there's any other connectors that I need for the power supply in the front. Nope, so we're good. So let's flip it to the back and get the rest of this stuff out of here. So now we gotta pull this PCIe, this SATA power for this SSD. Come on. There we go. Disconnect you. I think we almost got it. And it does help that I just cut out all my zip ties earlier, so that saves time. Get rid of you. We don't need you. And we're just deleting on this power supply. All right. Now let's unscrew this in the back. 4 screws. Is there a mount this thing sits on? Yeah, there is. And goodbye, R's game. So I already went ahead and opened this up off camera just to make sure that, you know, it wasn't damaged. So years ago, I bought a power supply at Best Buy, and the box looked fine, but when I opened it up, the power supply was actually dented in. Don't know how that happens. And it was sealed. Maybe they dropped it in the factory. Who knows? So we have all our cables, and the good thing is that we're not going to need a ton, if all of this, if not any of this. Wow. Comes with zip ties. I think this is the first time I've seen a power supply with this many zip ties. That's pretty cool. Nice and sealed. I'll tell you what, I like these Corsair power supplies. Pretty nice. What's this? Silent operation at low to moderate loads. In this mode, the fan will not spin. Good to know. I have no idea what this is. Whoa, this thing's like a radio. Come on, I want to hear the music. Turn the volume up. Nope, guess not. It's not a radio. I've never seen that before. I might actually have to look at the instructions for that because I've never seen that before. Safety and compliance. Get out of here. Are you serious? There's like... What in the world? Okay. For the PSU. So I guess Corsair is not using plastic bags anymore. And there's our screws. That's weird. Yeah, I just looked at that safety thing and it doesn't have any information on what that is. So I'll definitely have to get on the website. It might be for like fan control or anything like that. So that's a new one. As far as the sticker, we don't need it. Goodbye. AOL. Goodbye. And let's slide this in. Now, first things first, I love the smell of brand new hardware. Oh, amazing. When I used to build computers with my dad was big into building computers, and me and him built them together and sold them for co-workers and everything. The one thing that we always enjoyed and we loved most was smelling brand new hardware. The smell of new hardware was just awesome. And that's a smell that I associate with my dad. I know, folks, it sounds weird and everything like that, but I enjoy the smell of new hardware. Now let's use the fancy brand new Corsair screws. Now I get to do the part that I don't enjoy, like, ever. Some people love doing this. I don't. And I get to do cable management. Yay, so excited. So I did have this cable managed, and it took me like 30 minutes the last time to do it. And we're going to do it right. And we're going to do it again, even though there's plenty of room to just shove things in here, close the panel, and you'll never see it again. But let's do it right. So do the best you can with what you got. It's better. Folks, hear me out on this. Cable management, I'm all about it. It's great. But, I mean, you could really go down a serious rabbit hole, and I've seen some people do work of art with the cable management. My thing is, you know, make it look better. Make sure nothing is pinched, which I will admit I could use an extra wire tie over here, so we'll definitely work on that. But, you know, make it to the point where you don't have wires that are, you can be seen through the front and nothing's pinched. Route them accordingly. I mean, do the best you can with what you got. In this case, my biggest hindrance is this little weird hub for that fan, but I guess when we come back in there, we'll be able to make it better, but looks good enough. You're probably saying, hey, you know, you swapped out this power supply and you haven't even verified if that's the issue with the computer. And you're absolutely right. Typically verify the problem before putting everything together. But in this case, regardless, the computer needs a new power supply. And that was something I talked to him about when I put this thing together. Not that I had reservations initially about the old power supply, but I told him for what he's trying to do, he wants to get a beefier motherboard. He wants to upgrade down the line. I said, hey, why don't you start with a good power supply? That way when we get a better motherboard and better RGB hub, you know, we're set up for success. And I think his goal might be like something like a 3070 in the future. I forgot what we had talked about, but I said at least start with a better power supply. So even if this doesn't fix the issue, which I'm fairly confident at this point, he still needed the power supply regardless. So that's my 2 cents on that. So let's get everything plugged back in just like it was before. That goes there. You're gonna go right up here. I'm pretty sure we gotta flick the switch because it's a new power supply. I'm assuming. And let's make sure it fires up. Hey, we got power. That's always a good thing. All right, so that's a good start. That's already popping right on. So now we're back up and running and everything looks good. In fact, this is the first time this thing has popped up since the issue started. So, yep, power supply, definitely not good. And I guess I get it. I mean, maybe this thing was just drawing too much for that power supply. But considering the fact that you just had to wiggle the wires and everything like that, I mean, there's probably a short somewhere internally inside the power supply. But like I said, the computer needed a power supply regardless. So install it, do all the cable management and everything. And now that we've tested it, we've confirmed that the issue is resolved. So I'm good. I'm happy with it. Let me give the customer a call and let's wrap this thing up. So now, before we officially wrap this video up, I know I said I was going to wrap it up in the last scene. Let's go ahead and try to replicate the issue. The connector down here is for that screen. I'm jiggling the wires, doing the same thing I was before. No flickers. So that's awesome, and that's confirmed. So as far as this dial back over here, and I did some research on this off camera, it disables the 0 RPM mode, so you could go ahead and just dial in the fan just like you need. If you want a full blast all the time, or just find that sweet spot. I mean, but honestly, I think the 0 RPM mode works fine because as the computer gets a load and as heat starts generating, the fan starts spinning up. So I guess it's one of those things, being proactive versus reactive. I'm not sure, but still pretty cool. And I like the click. So I spent an hour off camera just making sure all the drivers are updated, rebooting, restarting the computer, just kind of stress testing it. I ran a stress test with Cinebench, Furmark, AIDA 64, just a whole bunch of different ones, just to really put a stress on it to make sure that we don't have an issue with the graphics card, memory, CPU, motherboard, everything passed with flying colors. I jiggled the cables a bunch off camera with it, and yeah, the problem is fixed. We're good to go. Anytime I work on a computer, or anytime if you're going to work on a computer, I mean, really go the extra step to make sure that this thing is not going to come back. Now, I know some not preferred practices, that's the best way that, and I knew people like this, that they would fix a computer, and if there was other issues, they wouldn't tell the customer, or they wouldn't tell the customer, they would ignore it, and then the customer would call back and say, hey, this is doing this, and then they would just, bill them again. I don't believe in that. Take good care of your customers. That's my motto. I've always said it since day one, and they'll take good care of you. Now, as far as my professional diagnostic and scientific way of testing this power supply, hey, it works. I mean, I bumped into it, found the problem. Hey, it's not every day that it's that simple like that. Now, obviously, another way that we could have addressed this is taking a power supply tester, and that might have told us that maybe the rail's bad or whatnot. But I got to thinking about it, and I'll have to look at the video. When I took that initial computer apart, I believe there was a screw that was pinching one of the cables on the power supply. And if I'm able to find that footage and confirm it, I'll post it on the screen. But I do remember that. I think it was this one. And that could have been the issue. It could just be that, maybe some of the strands just got broken apart. Who knows? But that would be my hypothesis, educated guess, assumption. But for now, this is good to go. I'm gonna drop this off to the customer. Still not done with this. Like I said, it's a evolving, progressive, slow build. He's still got more things that he wants to do to it. A motherboard, better fan system. His biggest thing is to get rid of that RGB with that memory. For some reason, the RGB on that memory is the accelerate. It won't change, even if you use the Gigabyte software on it. I've tried every which way, and it's stuck with Rainbow Puke. So that's another thing he wants to do. And I get it, folks, hear me out. Not all the time we can afford to go out and buy all our parts right away and just build our ultimate build. Sometimes you got to start small and build your way up. This has got good bones, good platform. Obviously, we got the case now, we got the power supply, the graphics card is still good. He's probably going to hold on to that because he's not a heavy duty gamer, but he's more big into the RGB and the look aesthetic. So I think that's why he's going to gear more towards the fan system and the motherboard next, which is fine with me. We'll bring it in the garage, and if I think it's fun and interesting, we'll turn the camera on. So comment down below, let me know your thoughts, concerns, criticisms. Have you ever had that issue where you accidentally found the problem or bumped into the issue? When you do a build, do you go all out right away, or do you just slowly build it up? That's how I do it. I got a 9950X and I'm rocking a 3090 Ti, and I'll probably keep that thing for the next 2,000 years because graphic cards are ridiculously expensive. But anyways, and as far as power supplies, what budget brands do you recommend? If you like this video, definitely hit the like button, subscribe if you're not, and as always, we'll see what we come up with next.